toe on the desk. Good afternoon, everyone. It's time once again for Strat-O-Matic Baseball. We're going to play the second game of the doubleheader. We played the first game yesterday. Kansas City won it. They're on a 3-game winning streak. The Twins suddenly have lost 4 in a row. At 33-20, they trail the Orioles now by 3 games. Kansas City, with the win, moved into a tie with the Detroit Tigers for 4th place. Cleveland Indians in 3rd. And pitching matchups, Jim Perry will make his 4th start of the season for the Twins. He's worked 7 games out of the bullpen, 1 and 2 with a 3.94. He also picked up a save. Just 32 innings so far for Perry. However, he will make 22 more starts, including this one. For Paul Lindblad, it's his first start of the season. He will make a total of 14. In relief, well, let's go do Perry first. I already did Perry. Lindblad, 23 appearances, 6-0 with a save, 2.17 ERA, 29 innings of work, just 23 hits, only 4 walks against 19 strikeouts, and he's given up just 1 home run so far. Hello there, Eric. Hi, Blaine, and hello, Kenyon. Welcome in, everybody. Among the who's hot and who's not, Bernie Allen is hot. In his last 10 games, he's batted .379 with 6 walks. So we've looked at the starting pitchers. How's everybody doing here on a Thursday? Another warm one in Spokane, high 80s and sunny. Did my 2-mile walk this morning, getting back in the groove. And it didn't even knock me out today, so that's a good sign. Back on a more regular sleeping schedule as well, which is nice. For the Twins, very similar lineup to the first game. Cesar Tovar leads off at shortstop. Rich Rollins is at 3rd base. Tony Oliva in center field hits 3rd. Harmon Killebrew once again playing left field. Moves into the cleanup spot. Don Mincher at first base. Bob Allison against the lefty Lindblad gets the start in right field. Bernie Allen at second base. Red hot Bernie Allen. Jerry Zimmerman will catch the nightcap and bat 8th. And Perry, a pretty good hitting pitcher. And a switch hitter in the 9 spot. Hello, Kelly Hibbs. Welcome aboard. Eric's rolling a game. That's just awesome, Eric. I couldn't be happier for you. I'll tell you what, it would be an understatement to say that Strat-O-Matic Baseball has helped me through many a tough time. Here's the umpires for today's ball game. Cal Drummond will call the balls and strikes. Hank Sowar at first. Bill Valentine at second. And Nestor Shylock, who was behind the plate for the opener, down at 3rd. And we're going to get started here in about 30 seconds. I've got my coffee. A damn fine cup of coffee, if I do say so my damn self. Alrighty, umpire says play ball. Here's Tovar. Cesar Tovar hitting .250 now. 1 home run, 7 RBIs. Lindblad gets the sign. The windup and the pitch is a 5-12 right-handed, a grounder to second base X. That's going to be Dick Green, 2E19 to his left. The play on a 15. He's there and throws him out 1 down. We are underway. 4-3 X. Tovar retired. Then I'll bring up Rich Rollins, the third baseman, hitting .291, 5 home runs, 19 RBIs, all in just 79 at-bats. Lindblad with the windup and the pitch. It's a 3-6 left-handed, and Rollins lines that one into left for a base hit. Welcoming in Franklin Long. And there's Unmitigated, hot dog and a beer. What could be better on a warm summer day? Runner at first, 1 out. Here's Tony Oliva now. Oliva homered in the opener. On the season now at .255, 9 home runs, 33 RBIs. Left-on-left matchup. Lindblad from the stretch. 2-5, hard grounder to first. Harrelson goes to Campaneris for 1. Back to first, 3-6-3 double play. Oh, a thing of beauty to be sure. And that'll do it for the Twins in the first. No runs, a hit, and nobody left on. And after half, it's Minnesota 0, Kansas City coming to bat against Jim Perry. That happened to my best friend, whose name is also Eric, coincidentally. And he got back into it a few years ago with the online version. He still won't shell out for the cards or the computer game, but he'll play it online, the 365 online, on the Strat-O-Matic website, of course. I always like to throw in a plug for that. It's apples and oranges, really. It's a whole different kettle of fish. Here's the lineup for Kansas City. It's going to be Campy Campaneris leading off at short, Joe Nosek in center. Mike Hirschberger will be in right field. Ken Harrelson moves into the cleanup spot at first base. Ed Charles will be at third base. Larry Stahl is in left against Lindblad, and you might ask yourself why. Phil Roof to do the catching. Dick Green back in the lineup at second base. I was just wondering about him yesterday. And Lindblad, the pitcher, hitting ninth. Oh, you can play modern sets. You can play the all-time greats, which is my favorite. Different salary caps for different leagues. Players all have a salary, so everybody starts out on an equal playing field. It's how you choose to spend your money and build your team. Campaneris will lead it off, bottom of the first, no score, hitting .265, 1 homer, 21 RBIs. Jim Perry gets the sign. Here's the pitch. That's a 3-7 right-handed. Called strike 3. Home plate umpire Drummond rings him up, and there's one away. Here's Joe Nosek, the center fielder. Nosek hitting .177, no homers, 4 RBIs. Perry into the windup. 3-5, single into right field. Ground ball through the right side. Then it's a 1-out single for Nosek. You know what? I take back what I said about Larry Stahl. For some reason, I thought he was facing a lefty. It's the Twins that are facing a lefty. It makes more sense, Stahl in the lineup against a right-handed Perry. Yes, Larry, that was awesome. Yeah, Larry. Welcome, Larry, by the way. Larry said he went to the AAA game. The Portland Sea Dogs. Is that in Portland? No, that's Portland, Maine, though, isn't it? Not Portland, Oregon. Anyway, they have a replica green monster. It's incredible. Nosek at first. Let's check the batteries. A star 15. Perry a -2. Zimmerman a -1, so not held at 12. And here's Mike Hirschberger. Hirschberger at .266, just 1 homer, 21 RBIs. He does have 17 extra base hits. Perry out of the stretch on a 1-8. Single into left field. Nosek rounding 14-12. Killebrew +2, 14. With one out, they're going to send him. And the Minnesota Twins will cut off the throw and keep Harrelson at first. Keep the double play in order. Hirschberger not held at 13. And knowing these Kansas City Athletics, they've stolen 50 bases as a team, so they're going to keep him close, holding him on at 11. Harrelson on the year hitting just .232, 2 homers, 14 RBIs. Runner being held, infield back. Perry's pitch is a 6-8 right-handed, and he walks him to load the bases. So Kansas City threatening here in the first. Bases loaded, 1 out. Ed Charles will be the hitter. Charles hitting .279 on the year, 3 home runs, 19 RBIs. Infield at double play depth now. Perry in a jam. Full windup. The pitch on a 5-8 right-handed. Grounder to second base X. This could get him out of it. Allen a .322. Here's the play. On a 17, he's got it, but his only play is to first, and a run will score. 1-0 Kansas City. 4-3X, that's a C. Nosek scores, given RBI to Charles. Hirschberger to third, Harrelson to second now. And 2 down, and here's Larry Stahl. Yes, looking at the right-handed side of his card, it does make sense. Stahl at .278, 4 home runs, 17 RBIs. Phil Roof on deck. Perry into the windup. 1-7 right-handed. He lifts it to straightaway center field. Oliva is there, and that'll do it. Kansas City settles for 1 on 2 hits and leaves a pair in scoring position. And after 1 inning, it's 1-0 KC. I don't know much about the football game, Eric. I know Jeffrey started playing with it and then abandoned it. You might find a tutorial on that on YouTube. I'm sure there's one out there. To me, it looked very complicated. But your mileage may vary. Moving along to the second inning, Harmon Killebrew will start it off for Minnesota. Killebrew, of course, leading the club in all offensive categories, a .330 average, 13 home runs, and 50 RBIs. He's also among the league leaders in all 3 of those categories. Lindblad gets the sign. Pitch to Killebrew on a 3-9, called strike 3. Drummond rings him up. Lindblad dots the corner. And with 1 down, here's Don Mincher. Mincher at .222, 7 home runs, 19 RBIs. Lindblad into the windup on a 4-5 left-handed high fly ball to deep right field. Hirschberger backing up on the track pulls it in. So Mincher gave it a ride. It's just a loud out to right. And with 2 down, the batter will be Bob Allison. Allison at .267, 4 homers, a dozen RBIs. The pitch from Lindblad is a 1-9 fly ball to straightaway center. Nosek backs up a bit and pulls it in to retire the side. 1-2-3 go the Twins in the second. And the score remains the same. Bottom third of the order for KC here in the bottom of the second. Phil Roof steps to the plate, the right-handed catcher at .219, 1 homer, 9 RBIs. Here's the pitch from Jim Perry. It's going to be a 110 right-handed. It's a routine grounder to short. Tovar gloves it, fires across to Mincher, 1 down. Welcome Dick Green back to the lineup. 259 on the year, only 3 homers, but a team-leading 32 runs batted in. Perry into the windup. 3-8 right-handed, lifts it to left field, playable for Killebrew. He's right there to make the grab, and quickly there's 2 away. That'll bring up Lindblad. Lindblad, a left-handed hitter, 2W. The pitch is a 4-4. Fly ball to shallow center, coming on is Oliva, coming hard, and just does catch up with it. 1-2-3 inning for Perry. We played 2. It's 1-0 Athletics. Mookie up in the tower today. He must be in the front row. Way up in the high bleachers. Here's the red-hot Bernie Allen leading off the 3rd as the bottom 3rd of the Minnesota lineup comes to bat here in the 3rd. Allen at 281, 5 homers, 25 RBIs. Again, in the Who's Hot column, there's his numbers in the last 10 games. Lefty-lefty matchup. Lindblad comes in there with a 5-3 left-handed, a fly to right field X. That'll be Hirschberger. Hirschberger, an excellent outfielder, 2E8. Racing to the gap on a 13, it's the E range. It's a 6 on an E8, and oh my, what a fine running catch by Hirschberger. Welcome TP Strat-O, a new face in the chat. Welcome aboard. Good to have you. Maybe you could introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your Strat-O-Matic experience. Jerry Zimmerman will bat now for Minnesota, the backup catcher, hitting .279. No homers, 5 RBIs. The pitch from Lindblad is a 4-6 right-handed. He lifts it the other way to right field. Hirschberger once again glides over and puts it away. Here's Perry now, a switch hitter, 7W. He'll bat right-handed against Lindblad. On a 3-5, he grounds it to first base. Harrelson will take it to the bag himself. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Paul Lindblad. Eight rows behind the dugout for $18. You know what, Larry? That's more like it. I'd like to be able to tell you what I paid for the Spokane Indians, but my buddy Bob had somebody else's box seats that were given to him, so I don't know where they were. We were just, I'd say we were just to the third base side of home plate in the second section, pretty damn close, in other words. The first section is tiny. Bottom of the 3rd, top of the order for KC. Campaneris, who struck out his first time, will lead things off. Perry gets the sign from Zimmerman. Pitches a 6-8 right-handed and just inside ball 4. Always dangerous business walking Campaneris, a star 19, minus 316, held at 14. That's not going to deter Campy. Campy 18 out of 22 in stolen base attempts so far, and he's rolling for the lead. 2 through 6 or 12. 7, he does not get it. And here's the next pitch to Joe Nossett. 2-7 right-handed. He lifts it to left field, playable for Killebrew, and there's one down. That'll bring up Hirschberger, who singled in the first. Perry out of the stretch. 4-7, hard grounder to short. Tovar shovels it to Allen for one. On to Mincher. 6-4-3 double play, and that will end the third. No hits, no runs, nobody left on for the Athletics. And greetings to Colin. How's it going? Before we move to the fourth, I want to remind everybody to please subscribe. And thank you for helping me out with my subscription drive. We are now just 9 subscriptions short of the goal of 500. I'm pretty excited about it. I don't think much really happens at 500, but you know, it's a nice round number. And it's more than I expected at this point in time. Just under 2 years now working on this project. And the Twins will have the top of their order up as we move to the fourth. You know what struck me was the amount of promotional things going on. There were games and prizes and stuff practically every half inning. They really do a good job of keeping people engaged. They've got things for the kids. It's pretty cool. Tovar 0 for 1. Lindblad into the windup. Pitches a 2-8 left-handed hard smash to third, backhanded by Ed Charles, who fires across in time. So Lindblad looking sharp today. One down, here's Rollins. Rollins with the only Minnesota hit so far. 3-10 left-handed. He pops him up on the left side. Campaneris waving his arms. He'll take it. And quickly there's 2 down in the fourth. That'll bring up Tony O. Tony Oliva bounced into a double play his first time up. Lindblad with the pitch. It's a 6-7 left-handed grounder to first, single to 2. And that's fielded by Harrelson. He flips to Lindblad covering. And it's another 1-2-3 inning for Lindblad, who's now retired 10 in a row. The Lansing Lugnuts. I love some of these names too, I have to say. Hello, Cosmo. Welcome. How are you doing? I get an extra attaboy. Oh, boy. Of course, my favorite team name, probably of all time, the Hoboken Zephyrs. That's right. I think there actually is a team with that name, but I get it from, of course, that famous Twilight Zone episode with the robot pitcher. Oh, Cosmo, I'm sorry to hear that. And I'm not even sure if crap's a bad word. Anyway, I'm sure I join everyone in hoping you feel better quickly. Maybe it's time for another little trip to Morro Bay, huh? Sounds good to me. Bottom of the fourth, Ken Harrelson will start it off for Kansas City. He walked in the first. Perry gets the side. The pitch is a 3-8 right-handed. It's a high fly ball to deep left field. Back goes Killebrew at the track, at the wall, and makes the catch at the wall. Harrelson gave it a ride. It died on the track. Let's take another look at that one. 3-8 homer to 7. He rolled the 16, and it's allowed out to left. Here's Charles now. Perry with the pitch. That's a 2-7 righty, and he hits that one the other way. It's going to drop in front of Allison in right for a 1-out single. Charles is star 16 now, -3 battery 13. And trailing by a run, they're going to hold him on at 11. A lot of times I don't hold runners at 13. But with Kansas City, you almost have to. 50 out of 60 in stolen base attempts as a team this year. They run whenever they have the chance. The Twins, of course, know this. So with Charles held, Larry Stahl will be the batter. Perry out of the stretch. 3-9 right-handed called. Strike 3. Drummond rings him up. And here's the catcher, Phil Roof, with 2 down. Perry gets the sign from the stretch. 3-7 righty, grounder to short. Charles held. That's going to be a single, 2 stars. So Roof pokes it through the right side, the hole vacated by the runner being held. That'll give Dick Green a chance. Green, once again, the team's RBI leader. Runners at the corners, 2 down. Here's the pitch. 5-6 right-handed. Grounder down to third. Rollins has it. He goes the short way to Allen for the 4th, and that'll do it. No runs, 2 hits, a pair left. Pitchers duel through 4. Athletics on top, 1-0. The Lake Erie Crushers, another good name. Just feeling down in the dumps? Well, then maybe another trip is in the cards. Crapper, named after the inventor. Was that Henry Crapper, Franklin? Killebrew, Mincher, and Allison as we go to the 5th. Lindblad, for making his first start of the season, surprisingly 6 endurance as a starter. Into the windup now. Pitch to Killebrew on a 2-4. That ball is hit high and deep to left. Stahl starting back, and he just admires it as that lands way back into the seats. And we have a tie ball game as Harmon Killebrew goes yard. For Killebrew, his 14th home run of the season. Continuing to swing a hot bat, Harmon Killebrew. The Hartford Yard Goats, so that's even better. The Spokane Indians are a Colorado affiliate as well. A-ball. Here's Mincher now. Lindblad lefty-lefty matchup. The pitch on a 6-9. That's hit high and deep to right field as well. Hirschberger backing up at the track at the wall. It's gone. Killebrew and Mincher go back-to-back. And Minnesota takes the lead here in the 5th. For Don Mincher, home run number 8 on the season. Lindblad gets a new ball, and Phil Roof jogs out to the mound to check on him. I want to take a look at this uncarded Jim Dixon for a minute here. He worked this game in real life. He's not very good. We may stay away from him unless the game becomes a mop-up situation. Here's Bob Allison now. Lindblad ready to go to work. The windup and the pitch on a 3-9. Called strike 3. That'll bring up the second baseman, Bernie Allen. Lindblad into the windup. 1-5 lefty. He hits that high and deep to center. That's going to get past Nosek. That'll get down and roll to the wall. Nosek fires it back in, and Allen in standing with a double. The two hot bats in the lineup, Killebrew and Allen. And we're going to have action now in the Kansas City pen. With Jack Aker unavailable for this one, Wes Stock begins to throw. He's a righty. The batter will be the catcher, Jared Zimmerman. One away. Runner at second. Lindblad into the windup. It's a 3-8. Liner to second. Single to 12. And that is Green leaps up and makes the catch. Back to the bag is Allen. And here's Perry now hitting right-handed. On a 2-4, he rips that one into the left center gap. Double to 10. That's going to be a 2-star single for Perry. That'll drive in Allen and make it 3-0. Alvin Dark would really like Lindblad to finish this inning. He's due to lead off the bottom of the 5th. Runner at first, here's Tovar. And here's Lindblad's offering. On a 4-5, he walks him. Lindblad having all kinds of problems here in the 5th. 3-1 the score now. Here's Rollins. Lindblad with the windup. The pitch on a 3-5 left-handed. Grounder down to third. Hot smash. Charles goes the short way to Green for the 4th. And that'll do it. 3 runs for the Twins on 4 hits. They leave a pair. And they lead it 3-1. And that's going to do it for Lindblad. Making his first start of the year. Kansas City perfectly happy to get 5 innings out of him. 5 hits, 3 runs. Walked just 1. And struck out 2. Wes Stock will be the next pitcher in for Kansas City. And they'll start the bottom of the 5th with a pinch hitter. Roger Repose will be the batter. I'm sorry, Repose. There, I did it again. So Roger Repose, the Repose man. Looking at his numbers, he is 4 for 10 since coming over to KC. 2 of those hits doubles, and he has 2 RBIs. On the season, 2 teams combined, he's at 255, no homers, 4 RBIs. Left-handed batter. Perry gets the sign. Here's the windup and the pitch. It's a 4-6 left-handed. Hit to straightaway center. Oliva drifting over and makes the catch. So Repose retired. That'll bring up the leadoff man, Campy Campaneris. Hello there, Perry. How you doing? Hello, Bill. Another beautiful day in Ontario. The only thing I know about Ontario is Blind River and that other town that's name escapes me right now, Thunder Bay, which was from a movie. One down, here's Campy. Perry with the windup and the pitch. It's a 2-9 right-handed. Grounder to second, fielded by Allen, who throws him out 2 down. That'll bring up Joe Nosek, 1 for 2. Perry gets the sign. Pitch on a 6-9 right-handed. It's banged to left for a single. Triple on a 1. That will be a single for Nosek. Not held at 12. And the batter will be Mike Hirschberger. Perry checks the runner, now from the stretch. 3-7 righty, fly ball straight away center. Oliva barely has to move and puts it away to retire the side. No runs a hit, 1 left. We're through 5. It's 3-1 Twins. And coming on for Kansas City, it'll be the righty Wes Stock. Stock on the year, numbers are ugly. He's only been in 3 games. 10.13 ERA, but 2 2/3 innings, 4 hits, and 3 runs. In other words, his stats are basically meaningless. Real life, 2.66 ERA, just 41 innings. So he's been used somewhat sparingly. But with Jack Aker unavailable today, it seemed like a good day to get Stock in there. And he'll be facing the heart of the Minnesota lineup. Tony Oliva 0 for 2 starts it off. Stock gets the sign from Root. Here's the pitch. It's going to be a 1-6 right-handed. Banged into right for a base hit. Triple to 3. Oliva with a leadoff single. Stock with a -3 hold. Oliva not held at 12. And up steps the always dangerous Harmon Killebrew. Homered his last time up. Stock out of the stretch now. The pitch to Killebrew. 5-5 right-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. So Killebrew, it's castle or outhouse for Killebrew today. A home run and 2 strikeouts. And the batter will be Mincher. Mincher homered his last time up. Stock from the stretch. 5-9 left-handed. That's a grounder to short X. This could be 2. Campanera's 323. Here's the play on a 3. He's not going to get it. He knocks it down but has no play. That'll go as an infield single. Oliva to second. That'll bring up Allison. Allison 0 for 2, struck out his last time up. Stock checks the runners. Now comes to the plate 6-6, swung on and missed, strike 3. It'll be up to Bernie Allen, 1 for 2. Stock studying the side. The pitch is a 3-2. Fly to straightaway center. Nosek backing up a bit, and he makes the catch to retire the side. No runs, 2 hits, a pair left on. Hello, Bob. Welcome. How's it going? Oh my God, the Vermont Lake Monsters. That reminds me of an X-Files episode with the what the hell was they were looking for the lake creature. And the poor little dog got eaten by an alligator or a crocodile. That's one thing I've never been able to do, really, is tell the difference between an alligator and a crocodile. Kansas City hasn't done much since the first inning. 5 hits against Perry, all singles. And Ken Harrelson will lead it off. He walked in the first, flew to left in the fourth. Perry with the windup on the pitch. 4-4, fly ball to left field, shallow. Killebrew waiting on it and makes the catch. So a high pop fly to left, 1 down. And the batter will be Ed Charles. Charles 1 for 2, drove in the only Athletics run in this one so far. Perry gets the sign. The pitch is a 2-8, and that's a base hit into left field. Charles 2 for 3. Charles 13, held on at 11. And Larry Stahl steps to the plate. The left-handed hitting outfielder, 0 for 2 today. Perry working from the stretch. 1-8 right-handed. With the runner held, it's a B++. 2-star single. Charles all the way to third. Stahl not held at 12. Representing the tying run at first base. 1 down. Phil Roof, the batter. That's going to send Zimmerman out to the mound to check on Perry. Perry is 7 endurance starter, so that's not an issue here. Perry nodding. Zimmerman back into the crouch, and we're ready to go. Here's the pitch to Roof. Infield at double play depth. 5-7, fly ball to center field, B ? Oliva makes the catch. Charles can tag. 16. 18. Oliva -2, 16. He's going to tag. Here's the throw to the plate. 1-16, and he's out at the plate. What a throw by Tony Oliva. No runs, 2 hits, 1 left. And the Athletics rally snuffed out by a rifle throw from center by Tony Oliva. Through 6, it's 3-1 Minnesota. The Gastonia Ghost Peppers. God, they have some good names. And I would think, Franklin, that has to be fairly recent, doesn't it? Because the ghost pepper itself, I didn't even hear about that until, just several years ago. Now you see this ghost pepper sauce everywhere. Maybe it's been a while, actually, because I was still working when I first saw it. That was at the, what do they call that thing? The Mercantile between here and the Tri-Cities. And they were sampling it. And I said, I want to try that. And the gal says, oh, you want to cry today? I just smiled at her and said, not going to happen. But it was pretty damn hot. Uh-oh, we could have a challenge here. There's Buddy Budman. Okay, let's see what we got. That was for... Hang on now. I guess that was for Roof. This could change things entirely. Hang on, I gotta back this up. We got a replay going on. I assume it's Roof. Okay, here's Roof now. 5-7. Oh yeah. Okay, so that's not a fly ball B question mark at all. That's a grounder to second base X. I beg your pardon. Okay, let's get back to square one here. Runners at the corners. Ground ball to second base X. That's going to be Allen. 323. Runner being held. Here's the roll. On a 3, that's going to be a base hit. Knocked down by... No, excuse me, that's Green. Well, hell, he's not even facing the right pitcher. Oh, good grief. Oh, yeah, I turned it because I thought the inning was over. So the 5-7 is actually a double to 4. Fly ball B, anything else. That's going to be a double for Phil Roof. Charles scores. Stahl can try to score. 14 to center, minus 212. With one out, they're going to hold him at third. And it's an RBI double for Phil Roof. So thank you very much, Larry and Buddy. Wow, I almost made a mess out of that. Well, I did make a mess out of that, but thanks to you guys, we were able to spot it and fix it. 3 straight hits off of Jim Perry now. The score is 3-2. Tying run 90 feet away, the go-ahead run in scoring position. And the batter is Dick Green. You could put Green on, but most likely the Athletics would pinch hit for Stock, who's already worked 2 innings. He's only a 2-inning reliever. Are we good now? I think we are. Team RBI leader, Dick Green. Runners at second and third, 1 down, and the Twins will pull the infield in. The pitch to Green is a 6'9" right-handed. That's going to drive in 2. Triple to 1. 2-star single. Stahl scores. Here comes Roof to the plate. He scores, and Kansas City takes the lead on a 2-run single by Dick Green. For Green, RBIs number 33 and 34 on the season, and that's going to get him throwing in the Twins pen. And that's going to be Dave Boswell throwing. I think that's right. Let me check on something before I commit to Boswell. It says he's available. I want to make sure he's not. No, it can't be him. He starts the next game. Okay, so he's out. I'm glad I checked that. It's going to be Klipstein. Johnny Klipstein throwing in the Twins pen. And now we're going to have a pinch hitter for Stock. Stock worked 1 inning, excuse me, I was wrong about that too. 2 hits, no runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts. Boy, on a day when I'm feeling pretty alert, I really mucked that one up. Campy, Nossick, Hirschberger. Pinch hitter will be Jim Gosker. Green at first, no threat to run. I believe this is Gosker's debut. It is. He has not batted yet since coming over from Boston. On the season, with Boston, Gosker 189, 3 homers, 10 RBIs. 4-3 Athletics. Runner at first, still only 1 down. Perry's pitch to Gosker on a 4-6 fly ball straightaway center. That's going to be Oliva making the catch, and there's 2 down. It'll be up to Campaneris. Campy 0 for 2 with a walk. Perry with the windup and the pitch. 5-7 righty. Fly ball to center. Double to 4. Oliva ranging over and makes the catch. So a couple of fine plays by Tony Oliva ends the 6th. But the Athletics come up with 3 runs on 4 hits and leave a man and take the lead. I also missed the 7th inning stretch. No, this is the 6th inning. Good grief. Okay, I'm a mess today. I apologize. That's because I'd already written it in. After 6 innings, I'm sitting there thinking, how did I miss the Mookie stretch? Oh my goodness. Okay, I need some more coffee. We need a new pitcher for KC. That's going to be Jim Nash. As Nash gets loose, We'll check on Nash's numbers. Just 9 appearances for Nash, 1-0 mark, 1.33 ERA, however. In 20 1/3 innings, he's only allowed 10 hits. We'll have Jerry Zimmerman. We'll see about Perry. Most likely a pinch hitter here in the 7th. And Cesar Tovar. That's right. Let's get it together, Steve. There's Frank. How you been, Frank? Do you have a score for this game? Zimmerman will start it off. He's 0 for 2. Nash gets the sign from Ruth. Pitches a 1-7 righty, fly ball to straightaway center. Matic is there and makes the grab. And now we will have a pinch hitter for Perry. So Perry goes 6 innings, 2, 4, 8 hits. No. 9 hits, excuse me. 3 runs. Nope, that's not right either. Holy crap. It's become a comedy of errors. 4 runs. 1, 2 walks. And only 1 strikeout for Jim Perry. Johnny Clipstein ready in the Minnesota pen. Nobody on. They're going to send up Ted Eulander. Left-handed hitting outfielder, Nash into the windup. That's a 4-6 lefty. Grounded down to first. Harrelson will take it himself. 2 away. And here's Cesar Tovar. 0 for 2 with a walk. Nash with the pitch. 5-2 right-handed. Tovar dunks that one over Green's head. That'll drop into right field for a single. Check the battery now. Nash -2. Roof is 0, 15. Tovar will be held on at 13. And the batter will be Rich Rollins. 2 Ks for Perry. Boy, I'm telling you what, I'm going to run out of whiteout today. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Donnie. Here's Rollins. Runner on first, 2 down. The pitch from Nash. 6-6 righty. That's a grounder to third. Single to 9. And that will be an infield single for Rollins. Stopping at second is Tovar. The Twins threatening with 2 out. Tying run in scoring position. And the batter is Tony Oliva. Big Harmon Killebrew on deck. And Roof out to the mound again, this time to talk to Nash. Tony Oliva 1 for 3 in this one. Nash ready now, shakes one off, nods the pitch. 4-4 lefty, routine grounder to second. Dick Green flips it to Harrelson. And we go to the stretch. Kansas City leading 4-3. For the Twins, no runs, 2 hits, 2 left. And when we come back, Johnny Clipstein will take the mound for the Twins. But first, not to let sleeping cats lie, but we're going to go see what he's up to. Sawing logs, it looks like. Let's take a look at the star of our show. You'd hardly see him from here. That was a gift. That was back when I was still pounding them. Mook! Hey. Good grief, we can't even see his face today. There he is! Mookie! Wave to the crowd, Mook. He's so out of it. Got that tail tucked in there. There he goes. He says, oh man, you touched me. I'm going to have to lick it off now. Okay, now I go back to sleep. Mook Hightower. Wasn't there somebody named Hightower? I know there was, but I can't place the reference, whether it was a movie or a sports figure or it was a name or a nickname. Something Hightower. Maybe one of you guys know. Oh, hang on, we got something. Police Academy. Thank you, Frank. And just like that, we're back. I broke out my backup whiteout just in case. Bottom of the 7th, Johnny Clipstein on in relief. Let's check his numbers. 2-0 with a save, 4.26 in 10 appearances. And Joel chimes in. Hello, Joel. Yeah, see, it could have been any number of these things because I can't remember. It just sounded familiar to me. Joe Nossick will lead off the bottom of the inning. He's 2 for 3 on the day. Clipstein gets his sign. The windup on the pitch on a 2-7 high fly ball to left. Killebrew takes a couple steps back and pulls it in. Here's Mike Hirschberger. 1 for 3 on the day. Clipstein into the windup. 2-12 right-handed. A little comebacker. Clipstein gloves it. Tosses it over to Mincher. Quickly 2 away. That'll bring up the Hawk, Ken Harrelson, 0 for 2 with a walk. Clipstein into the windup. 3-3 right-handed. Base hit into left field. 2 out single for Harrelson. That'll get Ed Charles to the plate in the bottom of the 7th. Charles 2 for 3 on the day. Clipstein out of the stretch now. 5-10 righty is catcher's card X. That'll be Zimmerman, a good catcher, especially for a backup, 2-2. Here's the play on a 3. It's going to be a foul out to the catcher, and that'll do it. No runs, a hit, 1 left. We played 7. Kansas City 4, Minnesota 3. It's a nail biter as we move to the late innings. Yeah, I'm with Bill on this one, I have to say. I was over at one of my cousins, and her 2 young kids were watching it. I could see I don't know. No, I still can't see it. That could have been where I got the high tower. It could have been the Reagan guy. Okay, Nash will start the inning with Aker unavailable just in case Ken Sanders begins to toss. Second inning of work for Nash, rated 3 for endurance. Killebrew struck out twice and homered. Nash into the windup. 1-5, he walks him. Pitching carefully to Killebrew, he issues the base on balls. And the batter will be Don Mincher. Mincher 2 for 3 with a home run. Nash out of the stretch now. 2-3, grounder to second, fielded by Green. His only play is to first, and on the play, Killebrew moves to second. Tying run in scoring position, although it's the slow Killebrew. Should they run for Killebrew? Probably should. It's unlikely that he comes to bat again. And what have they got in the outfield who can also run? Sandy Valdespino is going to run for Killebrew and take over in left field. .482 plus 1. He's a 14 runner. 1 away, and here's Bob Allison. Are they going to let Allison hit against Nash? They are not. They're calling Allison back, and they're going to bring up Jimmy Hall. Kansas City without a left-hander in the pen. Sanders, Dixon, and Grilly. That's all that's left down there. In what has been pretty much a straight platoon in right field, Allison and Hall. Hall 323 on the year, 10 homers, 22 RBIs. Valdespino at second representing the tying run. The red-hot Bernie Allen on deck. The pitch to Hall. 3-6 right-handed. It's a high fly ball to deep right field. Hirschberger back at the track. Gone. Jimmy Hall comes off the bench to give the Twins the lead as he belts it out of the park. Killebrew scores ahead of him, and for Jimmy Hall, home run number 11. 5-4 Twins now. And here's Bernie Allen. The crowd stunned by the Jimmy Hall home run. Nash into the windup. Pitch to Allen is a 5-9. Fly to center field shallow. On comes Nosek. He's there. 2 down. That'll bring up the catcher Zimmerman. Nash with the windup and the pitch. It's a 5-9 right-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Down goes Zimmerman. Too little too late, however. As the Twins plate 2 on 1 hit. A 2-run pinch hit home run by Jimmy Hall. Klipstein in his second inning of work, he is a endurance rated reliever, in his second inning, his first endurance inning. And Al Worthington takes off the jacket and begins tossing in the Twins' pen. Larry Stahl will lead off the bottom of the 8th. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Hell of a game here today. A back and forth duel between these two teams. Klipstein into the windup now. The pitch to Stahl on a 4-2. Routine grounder to second, fielded by Bernie Allen. He throws him out, 1 down. The other catcher, Ken Suarez. Roof is going to bat. 2 for 3 with a double. Klipstein into the windup. 4-9 righty. It's a liner to third. Single to 18. That's a base hit for Phil Roof, his 3rd hit of the day. With Dick Green coming to the plate, we're going to look for a pinch runner for Roof. Suarez can come in and catch. And Ron Stone is going to come on and run for Roof. The computer-only card. Star 15, 1 through 14 runner. And Klipstein with a terrible +5 hold. Zimmerman a -1, so 19 held at 17. Unfortunately, you cannot try for the lead. You got 9, 10, and 12 automatic out, but it will force him to hold him on. And team RBI leader Dick Green steps to the plate. 1 for 3, a big one, a 2-run single in the 6th. Worthington ready. Klipstein delivers. 3-6 right-handed, struck him out. Now it's a pinch hitter for Nash. Two innings for Nash. 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Ken Sanders just about ready down there. Running thin on the Kansas City bench. They're going to go to Tim Talton. Talton, just 3 at-bats so far on the year. He's 0 for 3. Left-handed hitter. Klipstein into the windup. 5-7, swung on and missed. Strike 3. Down goes Talton. Talton, you can see with a little monster card against righties, but with only 53 at-bats, making a point to not overuse him. Okay, we need a catcher. Suarez is a +3 for that matter. Hell, we may as well just leave Talton in there. We'll put the pitcher in the 7th spot. (4 E16 +3). Either catcher you use, you're going to have a +3 out there. That's right after Stahl's spot. Taking the mound for KC for the 9th is Ken Sanders. Sanders has not pitched yet for KC. This is his Kansas City debut. He also came over from Boston, where he was 3-2, 1 save, and a 3.72. Kansas City definitely needed another bullpen arm. So getting Sanders kind of a big deal for them. Twins will send up a batter for Clipstein. Al Worthington will come on, minus his dog Spot, of course. Clipstein, 2 innings, 2 hits, no runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts. Against Sanders, the batter will be Zoilo Versailles. Zoilo. He makes his mark with a Z. Twins lead it 5-4 as we go to the 9th. Zoilo Versailles, the pinch hitter, started off hitting .250, 3 home runs, 22 RBIs. Ken Sanders into the windup. It's a 3-5 righty, and he walks him. Now Zoilo aboard with good speed on the bases. I'm going to leave him out there. He can take over at short for Tovar. Sanders with a -3 hold, however. Zimmerman a -1 arm, so Zoilo not held at 11. And here's Tovar. Sanders working from the stretch now. Twins trying to get an insurance run here in the 9th. The pitch is a 2-9 right-handed. Foul ball left side. Charles over by the railing and puts it away. That's 1 away. And here's Rich Rollins. Rollins 2 for 4 today. Sanders from the stretch. 2-12 righty. Grounder to shortstop. Runner was not held. Campaneris fields it. Goes to Green for 1. On to first. 6-4-3 double play. And that'll do it. Versailles stays in the 9 spot at short. E44, and the pitcher Worthington will go up here in the leadoff spot. Tovar's spot in the order. Valdespino in left. Nothing left on the Minnesota bench to speak of. They've already used everybody. And here comes the stopper, Al Worthington, to try to close it out for Minnesota. Worthington has 7 of the team's 11 saves, but they haven't come easy. 3-3 record with a 4.32 ERA. Kansas City will send up the top of the order. I want to thank everybody for watching. Remind you once again to please subscribe. This is mostly, of course, for the people watching on the replay. You guys in the chat, I already know, have subscribed, and I thank you kindly. I thank you for being here. Franklin's going to sleep. .432. Here's Campy. 0 for 3 with a walk. Worthington gets the sign from Zimmerman. There's the windup on the pitch. It's a 4-5 right-handed. Single to 6, fly ball left field. That's going to be a single for Campy, and the tying run is aboard. Blazing speed with Campaneris on the bases. -118, held on at 16, and you know what he's going to be looking for as Joe Nossick steps to the plate. 2 through 6 or 12. He's got it. 1 to 16. Here he goes. The throw from Zimmerman. He's stolen it. Campaneris. And the tying run is in scoring position with nobody out. For Campaneris, that's his 19th stolen base of the season. Here's the next pitch to Nossick. 4-10 righty, high fly ball to shallow center. Leave it jogging in. He's waiting on it and puts it away. Campy holding at second. Catcher 14 -4, 1 through 10. To steal third, in case you're wondering. Here's Hirschberger. 1 for 4, 1 down. Worthington checks the runner at second. Campy dancing off the bag. Worthington switch to Hirschberger. 4-7, and he loses in ball 4. 5-4 Twins. Athletics threatening in the bottom of the ninth. First and second, 1 out. Here's Hawk Harrelson. Singled and walked today. Drama time. Worthington's pitch. 3-6 right-handed. Base hit into left field. Campy can try to score on that. 17. Valdespino +1. 18. He's coming. The throw to the plate. He scores. And everybody moves up. $18, Hirschberger of 15. Probably should have cut that off. They're gonna cut that off. Campaneris scores easily. Allow me to correct my error there, if I may. Obviously, you would keep the winning run at second base, not at third. You give him the tying run. But Ken Harrelson has tied this game up in the bottom of the ninth with an RBI single. First and second, winning run at second, and it's good speed in Hirschberger, 1 to 15. Ed Charles at the plate. 2 for 4 on the day. Worthington set now. The windup and the pitch on a 1-6. 2-star single into center field. Here comes Hirschberger. He will score, and Kansas City walks it off. Oh my, listen to that crowd. Holy cow, what a freaking ball game. Oh my. I've seen enough to know that I have seen too much. Kansas City's streak continues. They've won 4 straight now. Minnesota on a 5-game skid. Oh my! I'm just sitting here taking it all in. Al Worthington takes the loss. 3-4 now on the year. The winner is Ken Sanders. I gotta check his overall numbers here. He is now 4-2. Ed the Glider Charles. Yep, he has to be. 3 for 5, 2 RBIs. Campy made it all happen. But we're going to give the toaster to Ed Charles. Sanders in his inning, just 1 walk. Worthington, 3 hits and a run. Wait, he didn't even work 1 inning. Excuse me. Get your stock and white out here. A third of an inning, 3 hits and a run. A walk and no strikeouts. So Worthington can hold it. Kansas City wins it. 6 runs on 14 hits, no errors. Twins 5 runs on 10 hits, no errors. And when these teams meet again, Kansas City will go for the sweep of the 3-game series. They sweep the doubleheader. Great finish. Wow. What a freaking ball game. The speed of Campaneris, the speed of Hirschberger. Worthington, 2 runs given up. Yep. Boy, I'm having a day with the whiteout, aren't I? Okay. I will try to pull it together for the Friday happy hour game. And that's going to be Astros at Dodgers. Mike Cuellar and Don Sutton tomorrow at 1:30 Pacific, 4:30 Eastern. So the National League's best offense against the National League's best pitching. That should be a good one as well, although I can't imagine anything topping today's game. A back-and-forth battle. Athletics scored first in the first inning. Twins took the lead with 3 in the 5th. Kansas City answered back with 3 in the bottom of the 6th to retake the lead. The Twins retook the lead in the top of the 8th, and the Athletics plated 2 in the bottom of the 9th to walk it off. Kansas City now alone in 4th place, 28-26. Oh my. Then I'm going to get out of here and have some lunch. Thanks everybody once again for watching. Have a great evening, everyone, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow for the Friday happy hour game. So long for now.